We begin with this new, fairly graphic accusation of sexual harassment against Republican presidential candidate Herman Cain. The woman who's come forward is the first to reveal her identity. She says Cain groped her in a car 14 years ago. Yeah, Cain is holding a news conference this afternoon to respond to the charges. He says they are completely 100% false. We're going to speak with the latest accuser in studio in just a moment. But first, political correspondent Jan Crawford is in Washington with the latest on this story. Jan, good morning.
Well, good morning, Jeff, and good morning, Erica. The woman is named Sharon Bialek. She worked at a foundation for the National Restaurant Association when Cain was president of the group, and she says this incident took place after she was fired and went to Cain asking for help finding another job.
I'm coming forward to give a face and a voice to those women who cannot, or for whatever reasons do not wish to come forward.
At a packed press conference, Sharon Bialek made her accusations against Herman Cain public, describing them in graphic detail.
He suddenly reached over and he put his hand on my leg, under my skirt, and reached for my genitals. He also grabbed my head and brought it towards his crotch. I was very, very surprised and very shocked. I said, "What are you doing?" Mr. Cain said, "You want a job, right?" I asked him to stop, and he did.
Bialek says she met Cain in 1997 at a National Restaurant Association convention. About a month later, the association fired her, telling her it was unhappy with her fundraising efforts. She says she then contacted Cain, who was still the association's president, for help finding another job. She arranged a trip to Washington to meet with him and said her then-boyfriend booked her into a room at the Capitol Hilton. When she arrived at the hotel, she said she had an enormous suite.
I met Mr. Cain in the lobby of the bar at the Capitol Hilton at around 6:30 p.m. We had drinks at the hotel, and he asked how I liked my room, which is kind of normal, and I said I was very surprised. Mr. Cain kind of smirked and then said, "I upgraded you."
After dinner at an Italian restaurant, Bialek said Cain drove her by the Restaurant Association's offices. She said he groped her after he parked the car.
I asked him to take me back to my hotel, which he did.
Two other women reached confidential settlements with the Restaurant Association in the 1990s after complaining of harassment by Cain. Cain has flatly and repeatedly denied all accusations of harassment. He now is pointing at the media, blaming it for double standards, saying if the media want to continue talking about nonsense, that's fine. I'm not going to join them. It doesn't look like the citizenry plan to join them either. And last night on the late-night comedy show Jimmy Kimmel Live, Cain described what he said it was like to watch Bialek's press conference.
The feelings that you have when you know that all of this is totally fabricated. You go from anger, then you get disgusted because there's not an ounce of truth in all of these accusations.
Now Bialek says she told her boyfriend and another friend about the incident when it happened, but she didn't complain to the Restaurant Association at the time because she didn't work there anymore. As for Cain, like you said, he's going to face the media later today, Jeff. He's holding a press conference to respond to these accusations.
Jan Crawford, thanks.